Hey y'all, it's Alex Mizell, doing a little bit more work on the Boombox project, and I thought I'd make a document of it here. Last time I communicated, it was on Facebook. I posted some pictures of the same stuff. This is the beginnings of the Boombox II project. Got a nice little battery pack. Each of these are 6-volt batteries, so there's a total of 48 volts here. However, I'm only using the first 4 batteries right now. That's wired into a meter, as you see. Then it goes into a 12-volt power connection, which is going to be connected to my amp. It's a 4x100 watt amp, but I'm only playing with one channel right now. And then it's going to go into this Behringer speaker here. So this is going to be a bi-amp setup. Right now it's not. I'm just sort of making sure that the amp works. And this is probably not even going to be one of the ones I use. It's just similar. This one takes 24 volts, but the amps that I'm planning to use are actually 48. Got a little mixer here. Let's turn it on. I'm going to plug up the power for the amp. Alright, got a green light on the amp that we didn't have before. Let's turn on the meter. Right now it's reading amps. So you can see that I'm using about 420 milliamps of juice with no power, with no sound going on at all. So that's quite a bit actually. Half an amp at 24 volts. I don't know, I have to see how many watts are just burning away with silence there. That doesn't seem all that efficient. There may be a story. So I'm going to start some music on the iPod. And the amp obviously works. As far as the sound quality, I had read that this Behringer speaker doesn't have a lot of bass, and that's true, it doesn't, but it sounds pretty good. It's about what I expected. It's a passive speaker. The highs are kind of shrill right now, and I'm hoping it won't be so much. If I can EQ it a little bit or have 2 of these speakers, maybe it'll sound better in stereo. I've also heard that the amp is grainy and that goes away over time, so maybe I'm just hearing the grainy amp. We get a subwoofer in this package, it's going to be pretty good too. You can see we're using more and less power on the meter as we crank up the volume. It's hard to get it to break an amp when the speaker is being driven about as loud as it's pleasant to listen to. And that's good news. That means that at least on the loud side things are efficient. Alright, next steps. The speaker came with speak-on connections on the back, but they're soldered to the crossover, which I'm taking out. So I have to actually buy some speak-on panel mount connectors to put in the back of the speaker there. And then I can wire it up as a bi-amp. And then we'll be introducing the crossover, which is this little guy. It's going to sit in between the mixer and the amp, and it's going to separate the high and the low frequencies out into 2 separate signals so that we can power them separately, and the high frequencies will take a lot less power than the low frequencies, and this is better than a passive crossover because you save a lot of juice that way. But alright, until next time, bye bye.